Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I am going to do the collective for today. Today is a Friday, August 29th, 2025. You may follow me on the Talk, the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever does not, just leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use the Legends of All Hallows Eve, La Bellanima 13. You can find this at Etsy, on Etsy, I should say. Actually, let me recall that statement. You can find a ton of decks by La Bellanima 13, but I don't think she has this deck anymore. I could be wrong, but you can go browse. I had already started the video, pulled cards, was chit-chatting, and then realized the video stopped because my thing was full. So I had to go back and erase a bunch of videos, delete a bunch of videos, and now restart over. So we got 10 cards on the table. I'm going to tell you what the cards are. I got like nut stuff in my teeth. It's really annoying. Dream space. Silence. We got inseparable. Fading. Invasion. Conversation. Unrecognizable. We've got Hustler. Black Widow. And then bottom of the deck, Suspicion. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. Someone's so take how it resonates. Someone is possibly thinking, dreaming of someone from their past. I mean, I guess technically it could be current too, but or that person is dreaming, thinking about you. Just does that make sense? How I said that? Just with the silence and the fading card, it's like this is somebody like that you would no longer talk to. You don't talk to them, you don't see them. And if this is somebody thinking about the past person again, they don't have any connection to them. This is someone that you would have been very close to at one time. Either they're watching from a distance or you're watching them from a distance. Social media, gossip through friends, family, something. And it's kind of funny because this conversation, it says discussion coming, but I think this is more or less somebody talking about you. Like this person talking about you with someone else. Again, like a friend, a family member. Because I know this shows like a lover's situation. It doesn't necessarily have to be. It's just someone you're not in connection with. But when I look at the conversation card, I'm just seeing like two people talking about you behind your back. And it kind of gives that energy of like you have three friends and one of the friends gets like kicked out of the group or whatever. And then the other two people are still in the group, but one of those other two people still talks to that other friend. And then they talk about that third person behind their back. That kind of energy. And this could go both ways, but it's like they're talking about how you're completely different. And if you saw this person, talk to this person, you might think that they're completely different. Oh, pardon me. With the hustler and the Black Widow card, it says financial focus, marrying for money. Like, this is just someone that would do anything for a buck, you know? Am I allowed to say prostitution on here? Have I said prostitution before? I don't even know. But like literally anybody willing to do anything for a buck. Like whatever I got to do to make a paycheck, basically. You might have known this about this person. You might have been suspicious about it. Like thought it in your head but didn't say anything. I can use myself for as an example. Like if you like, follow, and subscribe, my ex-best friend. Like when I was going through my healing stage in 2023, last year, this year, every year, right? But when I first started in 2023, and I really spent the spring in the summer thinking about our relationship, our friendship, and all that stuff. And again, I don't have concrete evidence. I don't know for sure. All I have is my gut. And my gut tells me that she was someone that probably would have done anything for a dollar. And by that, I mean prostitution. And by that, I mean, doing weird stuff. I know that she was in like sex chats and kink chats and things like that. And yeah, you could be just doing that because you're curious or you want to know what's going on, or you could be doing it because you're trying to drum up customers. You know, I mean, and the thing is there there's nothing wrong with doing those types of things for money in my mind, as long as you're honest about it. Like, what do you need to hide it for? If you feel some type of shame about something that you do, I mean, there's a difference between hiding something because you just don't want people to know, like you wrote a book or you made $1 million, or you know what I mean. There's a difference in that. Or like if you have a full-time job but you do something, kinky on the side for money. Yeah, okay, I get it. You wouldn't want your work to find out about it. That's a little bit different. But when you can't even tell like your close friends, your friend of 30 years, like, hey, I do this as a side gig for money, like, you don't trust me? You're ashamed? And if you're ashamed, what are you ashamed for? If you're doing it and there's nothing wrong with it, why would you feel shame? And I personally, that type of stuff doesn't bother me. Like, if you want to do that for a living, then you do that for a living. I'm not going to judge you for that. I'm not. I'm just not. Everybody, does what they do for money. I mean, I pick and pack medical supplies for money. Some would say, "Oh, that's a noble profession." Well, it's dirty. Like I work in a dirty warehouse. Like it's just true. It's long hours. You know, like 4 days a week. I feel like I live there. Sometimes five. At the end of September, beginning of October, we're going into the fourth quarter, the beginning of the fourth quarter. So we're going to be working overtime like crazy, probably. They're saying for 2 weeks. They said that last time it was almost a month. So, like we all make our money different ways, but anybody that can't be honest about what they do, like the fact that I had these suspicions of things that she did for money, and I kind of tried to, like, wheedle some information when we were still friends, and I was like rebuffed. It's like, okay, so you just don't want me to know because you don't want anybody else to find out, not that I have anybody to tell, or you're ashamed to tell me, like you think that I would look down on you. Because again, that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. You do you. And I think I've told you guys this before. Like, when I was coming off my separation and my divorce, I had originally planned to start an OnlyFans, sexual based, kinky stuff. Hoping to make some side money, hoping to pay off my condo. Whatever it would bring. I never expected that I would be starting a YouTube channel and I would be doing tarot and oracle. Not then. That was not part of my plan. And I didn't start doing this until like a year later, technically a little over a year later. Life sometimes takes us down different paths we weren't expecting. But when I started following tarot on TikTok and realized that I really resonated with it, not just with like getting readings, but actually reading the cards and doing the thing, you know, and using my abilities. I changed my mind. I decided not to do the OnlyFans. Shit, if I had done the OnlyFans, I'd probably be rolling in money right about now. I had really good ideas. Really good ideas. Actually, I think I told her about them. Maybe she probably stole them. I don't know. I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, like, I had suspicions that she was doing weird stuff for money and didn't want to admit, you know? Somebody else could have suspected that this person was out there and doing whatever they needed to do for money. Stealing, okay? Possibly marrying, right? Possibly marrying for money, maybe. Or, getting into relationships with men or women and then stealing their fortunes or spending as much of it as they can, right? There's plenty of people that do that. They get into relationships with millionaires and billionaires and then they live off of them for years and then they, okay, I'm done. I got 5 million out of you. I'm good. Some people are like that. That was my neighbor. Okay, it's raining and it's not supposed to be raining. I don't get it. It's seriously not supposed to be raining. Anywho, whoever this person is, too, with this dream space. It says dream space, nocturnal meetings. If you go out to like, if you're someone that like goes out to bars or hangs out at a friend's house, or like if there's any way for you to see this person at some point, like this person is hoping for that with this nocturnal meetings under the dream space. Like if you used to hang out at a bar all the time, like this person is going to that bar hoping that you show up. If you used to go out like every Tuesday and Thursday night with your girlfriends or boyfriends, for drinks, dinner, like they're going to that restaurant in the hopes that they can see you. Even if it means they just sit in the parking lot in their car or something. And if this person is following you on social media and you look hard enough, you probably will see them. And by that I mean on TikTok, I have a suggested followers list. And it's people that get on there and look at your stuff. That's how that works. Because there's tons of people on there that I have no idea who they are. But there are a few on there. I know exactly who they are. And there's some people on there, like some gentlemen from work that I would not expect to be on there. Like I don't know why they're interested in me. I mean, feel free to watch, but I don't know. I don't know. Because I don't necessarily advertise for my channel everywhere. And I think I know how they found out. But at the same time, like, still, why are you watching, sir? There's someone from my past, a male, who watches me. Not all the time, but he's on there fairly often. He shows up on there. And I get alerts when he's on there. Not because I asked for them, but because I think that's God saying, hey, honey, he's watching you again. Yay, thanks. If you look hard enough, you can find who's watching you, who's consistently watching you, especially on social media. Facebook is the same way. You're going to get suggested friends depending on like your friends list and your friends list. But if you start to see people on there like from the past that you're not friends with and you're not friends with any of their friends, they're on there because they're looking at your stuff. That's yeah. Because I've had that on Facebook too. So that's totally up to you if you want to put up with that. Like most of my stuff is public because I leave most of it public because I have the business. So like I don't want to privatize anything. It's just like I've told you guys before, like Facebook, like sometimes I post on there, sometimes I don't. Instagram, sometimes I post on there, sometimes I don't. It is what it is. So if somebody's going there to watch my stuff all the time, I don't necessarily have new stuff on there. So they might get bored and wander away. But TikTok and YouTube, I mean, I pretty much post to those every day. Every day. Especially TikTok. I mean, and no offense to YouTube, no offense to you guys. I love you guys. I love the subscribers. I love the followers and the fans. But TikTok, I have almost 7,000, well, yeah, almost 7,000 followers, 60, 100 something followers. And I have millions of views and likes over there. I do TikTok. I post to TikTok every day. YouTube, every once in a while, I tell you guys, okay, I'm not posting. Just so you know, I'm not posting. Or like I stopped posting on Sunday nights because I was doing overtime and it was just too much for me. Like I needed some time. Yeah. But like TikTok, I post to every day. Because that's just, to me, it's just regurgitated content. Like I just post stuff that I find elsewhere. Like I don't technically create anything. Every once in a while, I create my own posts. They don't usually do anything, they don't usually get views. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm still going to post what I want to post anyway. It doesn't matter. But I'm sure the people that watch me on TikTok, like they recognize, like, okay, she posts every day. She's going to be here every day, rain or shine. Whereas if they're watching out on my Facebook, they're probably like, she hasn't posted in like 6 days. You know? People get comfortable being nosy. And I guess I've said this to you guys before. I just don't understand that energy. Because I don't look at my ex best friend's stuff every day. I don't look at ex lovers' stuff every day. Very like hardly ever. Every 6 months, once a year. I mean, I don't even know. Sorry, my legs are itching. And I think if this resonates for you, if this is you, I think for you this connection fades more and more every day. Whereas for this other person, like they just keep watching, keep talking, keep watching, keep talking. And I think part of it is just because whoever you are, like you went on with your life, you moved on. And it's funny because, you could fall out of a connection, fall out of a situation, and over the course of a year, 3 years, 5 years, you change, right? We all change. We grow, we evolve, we move on. And then one day this person shows up to your social media and they're looking at you and they're like, is that so and so? Like, what have they done? What did they do to themselves? Like they're totally different. Look at what they're posting. Like, what is that? But really, when you think about it, if we're talking years later, why wouldn't you have changed? Like, why would that be a shocker? Why would that be a surprise? And I think it just goes to show that just some people are not good with change. They're not good with healing. They're not good with evolving. They're not good with learning. They're not good with moving on. Like some people thrive in stagnation and they sit there and they sit there and they sit there. And some people don't want change. Some people don't want to evolve because they're afraid of what's on the other side. They're afraid that they will change, that everything will be unrecognizable. It's kind of like the thing with the OnlyFans, okay? Let's say this person does OnlyFans, sexual stuff. And after like 2 years they're like, "Oh, I don't want to do it anymore." Like maybe I'm just going to do like foot pics or something. And all their followers, their fans, their subscribers are like, "Well, I don't want to, like I'm not interested in foot stuff." So they leave, right? And this person makes less money. And they have to figure out how to evolve, how to change, how to change their business so that it stays relevant. Especially if they don't want to get naked in front of camera, especially if they don't want to do sexual things in front of the camera. Like they're going to have to figure out how to make money. Some people can't figure that stuff out. Some people can't. They get in a mindset and they stay there and it is what it is. like I said, for some of you, for you, this connection fades every day. Like every day you think about it less and less. Maybe you don't think about it hardly at all. Whoever this person is, if you were in some type of romantic connection with them, they think about that all the time. It makes sense. If you're in a sexual relationship with someone, and you're exchanging energy, and they become reliant on yours, and even you become reliant on theirs, right? And if you're someone that puts out a positive energy, and someone needs that, they come to need that, and they no longer have that, they're going to think about that all the time. I also think whoever this person is thinking about you all the time, like this is someone constantly telling themselves to stop. Almost like, like an alcoholic or a drug addict. Like, okay, just one more. Okay, just one more. I'm going to stop tomorrow. I'm going to stop tomorrow. Like, I'm not going to think about this anymore. I'm not going to think about this anymore. I mean, eventually, a healing energy, you tell yourself that enough, you're eventually you're going to stop, right? But some people that don't have good intentions, they're going to keep thinking about it. That's going to be part of their karma, having to think about it, having to think about you. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.